it's Samantha from Samantha's Design. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing another one of my one stamp used 3 different ways, and I'm going to be using the Strathmore watercolor paper that I have on hand. I do have it cut to a panel that's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I'm going to be using my April kit from Spellbinders and going to be doing a little bit of watercoloring. So here I am taking out my Spellbinders kit. Sorry, my magnets decided to hang out with the dies, but I'm going to use that Spellbinders kit that with their stamps, and this is a beautiful cup of daisies that I'm going to stamp on the watercolor paper, and I'm using the smooth side because that's usually the easiest place to stamp. It doesn't have as much variation, so it's easier to stamp on. I'm going to be using some Memento Tuxedo Black ink, and actually I'm going to do this stamping a couple of times. First I'm going to use this, and this, this is Copic friendly, but I'm not sure if it's watercolor friendly, so I didn't really want to use it just by itself, and I knew that about this, and I'm sure if you've been doing stamping for a little bit, you would go that, yep, that's true. If I use something like Stays On or whatever, that probably would have worked better. But so what I decided to do, because when I'm watercoloring, I'm not a perfect watercolorer by any stretch of the imagination. I really like to build wells. So what I'm going to do is come behind this, and I'm going to stamp it again. And I'm going to be using some Versamark ink here. So I'm just kind of cleaning off my stamp so I can use my Versamark with a little baby wipe there. And drying it off, of course. And I'm going to use the Versamark. I'm making sure it's still in the right place. It is, so we're good. And what I'm going to do is the Versamark, I'm going to use some clear embossing ink. And what this will allow is there to be some little wells, so that makes the watercolor stamping a little bit easier. And then also I'm going to double stamp this too, just to make sure I got a good impression and everything. But what I will say is, if you noticed, I forgot to use my anti-static powder bag. I was really bummed. See, I went, oh shoot. So anyway, it is what it is, and so I was like, I'm just hoping that the oils from my hand and everything weren't picked up all over this watercolor paper, because then I'm going to have embossing powder everywhere, and it's not going to go well when I try to do the watercoloring. I did get lucky. This is this Judikins Clear that I'm going to be using today. I did get lucky. It did not do too bad. I did try to wipe away what I could feel, because it's clear, so you can't really see it. And I was like, well, let me see if I can brush away some of it. So I do use a paintbrush, a dry paintbrush, to try to get some of that off, just to make it a little bit easier. Because then, if I have embossing and I melt it, the watercolor is not gonna take. It'll be like a resist, and I don't want to do that. So here you see me just using that dry brush, try to get anything that's in there out before I set it with my heat tool, because I didn't want to mess this up. But next time, use your anti-static powder bag. That will make that go much better. Okay, well, it took a lot longer for me to do that than I was thinking, but I did finally get it where I wanted it. And now I'm going to heat set it. And I'm going to do this off camera. It doesn't take long to, I'm sure you don't need to watch me heat set something. You know how to do that, but I just wanted to get that done. Okay, now my image is all ready to go. Yeah, I think there's still some embossing powder, so I just made sure I got all of that off. So I'm going to get everything kind of cleaned up here. Again, wiping down that stamp so I can use it next time around. Okay, so I have some of these Galaxy watercolors. These are metallic, and I've got my watercolor brush. I think I got these from AliExpress. So nothing, hugely expensive, nothing, definitely not best watercolors in the world, but they do great for what I use them for, which is for me, it's just having a good time and having fun. I got my cloth here so I can use it to dab off colors when I'm switching colors. And yeah, like these brushes, they're so nice because you don't have to have a cup of water and all of that good stuff. And I'm going to start out here with some blue and just get this colored. I'm going to put on some music for you while this is going on. Alright everybody, I've got all the watercolor done. Like I said, this is really super simple. But now I'm going to turn this into a card. So I'm taking the paper pack from that same kit from Spellbinders. I've got this beautiful pink plaid. And I'm going to use this lovely die to cut a piece of that out. And I got some washi there as well. It's going to be a very simple card, not much to it. The washi I did get from AliExpress as well. I bought that some time ago and thought it went perfectly with that blue from the watercolor that I put on the cup. It matched beautifully. So we're going to run this all through here. Oh, I forgot. I did the, I cut out the image with this die. I'm so sorry. And it does have a stitch detail, which is really, really nice. So I'm glad I did that. And I think I got a little piece, yep, washi just to hold that in place because it was moving around on me when I was trying to get it to go through my big shot here. Washi is really good for that. It's decorative, but it also is low tack enough that you can use it to kind of hold your dies in place. I don't have any of the fancy tapes and things that are out there. I just use washi because that's what I've always used and it works okay for me. So, alrighty. So, got this all cut out, and we are, I put it at the lower portion of the die cut because at the top I'm going to add a sentiment there. So that was my plan. I think I got it a little too low, but it's not too bad, so I'm good with that. Alright, I'm going to cut down this cardstock here, and I'm measuring just to make sure I don't cut it too short. So it looks like I got it like maybe 4 and a quarter or an eighth or so. And then that's probably 5 and a half. Maybe 5 and a quarter. Yeah. I think that's what I'm doing. Okay, so I got my card base there. That's the 4 and a quarter, about 5 and a half. So the pink plaid is going to be 4 by 5 and a quarter to give a little bit of a border. So putting everything away, grabbing some tape, and I decided just to go with tape runner. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Sometimes I use double-sided tape, but I think for this purpose I was just like, let's just do this, it'll get done a lot quicker that way. So yeah, that's what I decided to do. Sometimes I like doing the tape and everything instead of the tape runner because I feel like I center things better that way. But then other times I'm just like, let's just do the easy. Let's just do the easy today. So that's going to go right on that. And then I'm going to take this piece of washi and I'm just going to add it as a little accent. Nothing major. And I'm just eyeballing it where I want it. Try to get it as straight as I can. I'm not much for measuring and getting things lined up all the way sometimes. and checking to see if that's a good place. And I think I move it down a little bit because that image takes up more room than I was thinking it did. Yep. There you go. Not bad, not bad. That can go just around the back. I'm fine with that. Oh, I forgot I did this. See, this is the fun thing about doing the voiceover later. I got another piece and I put it on the inside just to kind of make it a little bit more cohesive. I think adding a strip of the pattern paper you're using, or in this case the washi, just kind of makes it come together a little bit better. So my image is going to go on top, but I still haven't got my I can't talk today. My sentiment stamped. Okay, so I got my stamping platform again. I don't want to mess this up at this point, so I'm going to use my stamping platform to do this. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to use that same stamp set that has a lot of good sentiments. It really does. And I was trying to figure out which one I'm going to use, but I'm going to use this one that's is sunshine. It says you bring sunshine, or you bring the sunshine. You bring the sunshine. That's what it says. And it's a little curved, and I thought it just matched really, really well, because the cup of daisies is really significant to me just because daisies are my favorite flower. I love them. They've always been my favorite, and they do remind me of sunshine and spring and just happiness. They just make me happy when I see them growing. There used to be a field that was planted by our town where I'm from in North Carolina that right near my sister's home, they always had a field of wildflowers right there, and they oftentimes put daisies in, and they were so pretty when they were growing. I loved them. Okay, so this I decided to use tape. See, there's no rhyme or reason why I pick whatever form of adhesive I use. I think whatever suits me at the moment. So this time I'm just using some of the tape that comes in the card kit, which I really like. It does a good job. Whenever I have double-sided tape, I do like to use my bone folder just to kind of rub over it to make sure it's down really well. And then I'm going to use my tweezers because it helps release the backing paper. And this little trick I learned from Natasha Foot, I don't know how you say her last name, on YouTube. And you just take a corner of each side and you fold it over, and then you have a piece in the middle. You take off the release paper all the way from the middle, and that way once you get it positioned, you can just hit the middle and then take out every side, and that helps you to have some time to get that straight without it being a problem. So I'm using her little tip that I've seen her do 500 times, but I love that. When the first time I saw it, I was like, oh, that's perfect. So that kind of helps me get that straight. I like when I do that because I think I have a better chance of getting something straight that way, in the way that I do it, because I eyeball everything. I don't actually measure and make sure and like I should. And then in my last haul video, I got some things from Alina Craft, and one of the extras that she put in were these flat back pearls. They're so cute. They're just the right size. I'm not sure what size they are. I would say probably 4mm. And I'm going to use my craft bond for Elmer's Craft Bond because that's my favorite. And I'm going to scatter these along the card just to add a little extra shine. It adds just a little extra something instead of it being just totally plain or whatever. I think it's really, really nice. And wow, it takes me a while to do this. It's amazing when you do voiceovers, you realize how long it takes you to actually do certain tasks. It's amazing how long this takes. I do have this quick pen. Is that what it's called, a quick pen? I think that's what it's called. I'm going to use to help pick these up to make sure I'll like where they are. And I was really having a difficult time with these pearls, trying to figure out, do I like it here? Do I like it like this? I'm not sure about this. They do tell you to usually do 3. And I think I ended up with an odd number, but yeah, 3 in the left hand bottom and then 2 at the right hand top is what I ended up doing in the end. So it was an odd number, which is one of the design things that people tell you is pleasing to the eye. So, and it really is. You know, when it's an odd number, it does look better, I have to say. That is very true. Guys, while I'm putting on these, I really thank you for stopping by and watching me and hanging out with me. And I don't have a lot of subscribers, but I do appreciate you. Please leave a comment below. If it's your first time here, please subscribe if you're interested in watching someone make some cards. And thank you so much, guys. I do really appreciate you, and I hope you have a wonderful day. All right, see you next time.